Here we go, people. Here we go. Welcome. Hold up. To another edition of Wake and Pack People on a Monday morning. Happy Monday to everybody. Get y'all asses up. Get back to work. Get back to work. The grind doesn't stop. And another week is down. Another week is down of us trying to find things to talk about involving Packers football. Okay? And I found the subject matter of today. I don't know if this is a trend or something. I don't know if it's certain dates or whatever, but we're going to talk about Mount Rushmore today. Okay? History lesson. And honestly, I gravitated as a student, younger HPOV, I gravitated as a student towards like history, right? Math, whatever. You got to solve a problem and find the right answer is only a right answer. Whatever else subjects out there. But when it came to history, I got to learn more about humans. I got to learn more about war tactics. I got to learn more about just the art of war. Humans in big positions, making big decisions, making bad decisions, making greedy decisions. I guess, we're in the middle of all this presidential debate stuff. I'm sure back then they weren't talking about handicaps in golf. I don't think George Washington was talking about handicaps in golf. But, little history on a Mount Rushmore. Just a little history lesson. Obviously, it was created by John Gutzon Borglum. Okay, some people call him Gutzon Borglum. I don't know how he wants his whole name done. He was a very, very prominent and famous sculptor, and he really helped sculpt the Mount Rushmore that is located in South Dakota. Okay. The reason for that was because he felt that they represented the most impactful events in American history. Some call them the four founding fathers, this, that, and the third. Let's acknowledge them really quick before we get this and transfer this over to a Packer type deal, okay? George Washington, got to start with him, first president, okay? Thomas Jefferson, third president. He made it. Theodore Roosevelt. I always liked his name over any president. Like Roosevelt, my favorite president. I ain't getting into all that right now. But Roosevelt, 26th president. And then Abe Lincoln, the 16th president. Which Abe is kind of like, listen, I love his swag. I love how he looked. Don't like how they took him out, but that just means somebody was jealous. I mean, some people try to act like he's a savior for black folks. Listen, he was one of them too. But I mean, just because the nigga done signed some shit or, it was probably the best thing to do. And I'm sure he had guys on the shoulder. Now, again, we ain't gonna take it away from Abe, but people act like he's the savior of the niggas, but still respect to him. So those are the four. George Washington, $1 bill. Thomas Jefferson, third president, he's on a $2 bill. Abe Lincoln, obviously, we know is on the $5 bill. Roosevelt didn't make the cut when it came to the dollar bills. Okay. So now we are really about to get into it. Again, we are all Packers fans, and I need you guys to be interactive. We are all Packers fans, so none of us are wrong. We're all going to have our Mount Rushmore list. I'm going to give you mine. You guys are going to give me yours. And we're just going to figure this out. So when I look around and see a lot of the Mount Rushmores, it's kind of confusing. They mix people. They got coaches in there. They got certain figures in there. So I have to be fair. But I'm going to give you guys my Mount Rushmore of the Packers right now. Okay? What did Mr. Gutzon say represented the most important events in American history? So what represents the most important events in Packers history. This is going to be the best way I could slice it. I cannot wait to see what you guys have to say. So first of all, kind of like George Washington, right? Vince Lombardi got to be first. Okay. Now I figured like, okay, should there be a Mount Rushmore of just players? Maybe we can do that some other day. Maybe just figures. You know what I'm saying? Stuff they did on and off the field. Maybe just coaches. Maybe just executives. I don't know. But here's mine. I'm starting out with Vince Lombardi. Got to. They named a trophy after this man. How do you not have him on a Mount Rushmore of the Packers? So just alone that his name is on the trophy, just alone that all the winning that he did to just really build up this culture to what it is, you got to give Lombardi credit. Again, his name is on a trophy, man. You could never take that away. And whenever we win, any team can win the Super Bowl, but whenever we do, which I've seen twice my lifetime, that I'm very grateful for. So you sourpusses out there, we haven't won since 20. Did you see it live with your eyes? Did you see 1997 with your eyes? If you so happen to see those in your lifetime, shut the fuck up. Many other teams ain't even got that close. But anyway, so Vince Lombardi, he's on my number one. And another reason he's on my number one is because I'm not about to throw all these old motherfuckers on here. Hey, respect, I love them. You know, Don Hudson, Curly Lambeau. But what I'm going to do is I think Vince is so powerful that he could represent that era. Okay? A lot of people might put, I don't know. I can't wait to see you guys list. I know I'm going to be surprised with some. So Vince Lombardi is there. We got to go with Brett Favre, you guys. We got to go to Brett Favre. There was a long time in between time where the Packers were just in limbo for a long time. You know, those are called the dark days of the Packers. Okay? Those are called the dark days of the Packers. A lot of Packer fans lived through it. I ain't going to call out the ages of my subscribers or none of my moderators or none of my watchers of this. But you got some people who are watchers of this channel who's really suffered as a Packer fan. You know, that us younger Packer fans, and I won't even call myself a younger Packer fan, you know what I'm saying, nowadays, right? But, you know, they've been through some real pain. They've actually been through times where the Bears were actually better than us. I know nothing about that. So Brett Favre is next on that list. Brought back that Super Bowl. And then again, I forgot. Anybody could win a Super Bowl. But only one team, after winning the Super Bowl, they can say the Lombardi has returned home. Okay? So that's our shit. Okay? That's the Packers shit. So, got to throw Brett in there. Got us that ring from a time of obscurity. Just like, he really brought us out of the dirt. So shout out to that boy from Southern Mississippi, man. You feel me? Shout out to Brett Favre. I love you. You were a part of my childhood. I don't give a fuck what you do or what you did. Hey, I got family members in jail right now for worse shit than what you did. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. People make mistakes. I don't need listen. I don't even know if I want to call what Brett Favre did a mistake, but it is what it is. Brett makes the Mount Rushmore, okay? So what did they say? What did Pimp C say? Rest in peace to Pimp C. He said the East invented it in hip hop. He said the East Coast invented it. The West Coast reinvented it. So after Brett Favre, I have to go with my boy, the complicated fella. Yes, I'm going there. Quarterback is a prominent position in this league. To be a quarterback and a great one, such as Bart Starr, such as Brett Favre, such as Aaron Rodgers, you just got to leave it all on field. You know, I think the complicated fella did that. It didn't always work out the way we thought it would. Many people think we should have more rings with Aaron Rodgers. Think what you want. He got the Lombardi. He hoisted it up. Another thing, represented most important events. Obviously, Vince Lombardi's named after the trophy. Isn't that an important event? Just him standing with his trench coat, with the hat and the glasses. Like, there's so many visuals of Vince Lombardi. You got to have visuals for this stuff, too. He has a lot of visuals. Brett Favre, Super Bowl. Him running down the field like a little kid. crazy excited after a touchdown. That's memorable. Aaron Rodgers and Clay Matthews with the championship belt, and they chose to do the WCW one. You know, the belt celebration, all that. That is a visual that we can never forget. So we got Vince Lombardi, we got Brett Favre, we got Aaron Rodgers. My last selection, we'll do an honorable mention too. My last selection has to be, you guys, the Minister of Defense, Reggie White. Okay. You could kind of call Brett and Aaron homegrown. Aaron definitely homegrown. Brett, obviously, a little time in Atlanta, came to the Packers, but I mean, he learned and developed everything under the Packers tutelage. So those are homegrown. But I also want to get a guy that, you know, this is the NFL, you know, free agency. Sometimes teams could be away from that one free agent player that could change everything. And Reggie White represents that. Not only that, my lifetime, I've always been a defensive lineman, bigger kid, you know, a lineman, period. He kind of first started changing the mold. I know you got Lawrence Taylor, but they were around the same time. But like, of the blind side of why these tackles, left and right tackles, have to get paid so much. Why? You got to stop dudes like Reggie White. You got to stop dudes like Lawrence Taylor. So I just really like the impact that he had as a defender. You know, I'm a defensive guy, so I had to throw a defender in this. Quarterbacking is all cute. And you know what? Brett was a leader in his own way. Aaron was a leader in his own way. They got enough done to get us 2 more of them trophies, man. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about. Who the Jaguars going to have on Mount Rushmore? Why are they going to be on there? Not for winning Super Bowls, okay? So this is different levels. Our Mount Rushmore is different from everybody's. So I'm going to give the Minister of Defense, Reggie White, that last one. Really changed Green Bay that year. Really, hey, when he came over as a free agent, it was just a wave that, you know, it was just undeniable, and he got it done. So that is that. Honorable mention. It could be a lot of guys. Again, I picked Vince because Vince is a representation of all the Hudsons, Curly Lambeau, whoever you want to name. You know, like he can kind of represent them in his own way. Got to throw Brett in there because he brought us out of just the dirt, the grave, and we start winning again. It wasn't, you know, we started winning again. Aaron kept it going. No, hey, sorry, I quoted Pimp C wrong. The East invented it, the West did it better. That's what he said. So Brett Favre invented it. Aaron Rodgers did it better. And Brett Favre really didn't even invent it. Like, you know, Bart Starr is close to being on this list, but I think Vince is a representation of Bart Starr. All right, so my honorable mention, Charles Woodson. Just like Reggie White, a great player before he even came to Green Bay. Could have retired before he came to Green Bay, and Reggie could have, and I think we would still be talking about them. Maybe not as much. Maybe we put the icing on the cake. Woodson, all this time with the Raiders, couldn't win. Reggie White, all them time with the Philadelphia Eagles, can't win. They come over here and win. Not only is Woodson an honorable mention because I just admire his whole college career, just him as a player. He is one of those players who I used to see on other teams. I don't do this that often. Jimmy Graham, a couple players, I'm like, man, I wish he would be a Packer. Okay? So that's that. And again, talk about impacts and talk about visuals. He has many. Barack Obama don't want to come see us. We're going to go see him. Okay, since we're talking about presidents today. That was a gem. Halftime. Woodson gets an injury. He's in a sling. He's crying. He gives a speech in the Super Bowl. Okay, that might have jolted the other defenders because he couldn't play. He was crying. He couldn't even talk. That is historic. Represents the most important events in history. That is what I'm talking about. Vince Lombardi, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Reggie White. Honorable mention, Charles Woodson. What the fuck y'all got? What do y'all got? So I'm about to get into it with y'all now. What do you guys have? Okay, I know I probably got a lot to look at, but I'm all for it. First of all, shout out to my homie, man. Shout out to the OGTR, man. Shout out. Is it shout out or shout out? You could do both. Shout out, like throw a shot, shout out to you. Or shout out, like I'm shouting out, yo, you good. So I don't know. Shout out, shout out. Tomato, tomato, caramel, caramel. Shit. All right. Replay gang, shout out to TR, man. Hey, if you missed this one, I hope you catch the replay gang so you can also catch a history lesson, TR. Although you probably knew all this shit already. Shout out to Niehoff in the building. Zane Strong in the building. Brandy in the building. Brandy's hitting it hard with the first Mount Rushmore. I don't even want to look at it yet. Hold on, let me take a hit. You know Brandy gonna bring it. You know Brandy gonna bring some kind of perspective that we don't think so. All I seen was Woodson, Brandy. I ain't read nothing else yet. So let me take this hit to get ready for your Mount Rushmore. And then again, like this can go many other ways. I could come up with a Mount Rushmore of Packers in my lifetime. Obviously, Vince Lombardi wouldn't be a part of that. You feel me? Like that list had changed. This list could be different kind of ways, but we just going for the original Mount Rushmore. I don't give a hell if they're player, executive, 4 motherfuckers. Who you got? Anybody watching replay game, throw your Mount Rushmores down there. Replay gang need to get it together too. Y'all need to be hitting the like button more. Every time I end a stream, I know how many people watching and all that. The likes are good. Watch the replay. Dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of videos or of views compared to the likes. So please, you guys get the like button thing together. Miscellaneous, TR, replay gang. Make sure y'all get on these motherfuckers in the comments. Hey, did you hit the like? You know what I'm saying? Get on it. Let me take a hit before I jump into y'all Mount Rushmores, man. I don't want y'all to change my idea about shit, but I know y'all got some freaky shit out there. I know y'all got some shit that I'm not going to be able to deny. But again, we are all Packers. Here we go, Miss Lewis. Woodson, White, and 2 Kenny Clarks. Oh, I love it. See, I knew we would get a curveball from Brandy. I knew it. That's why I was getting ready for it. I was actually serious. I was waiting for Woodson and this and that. 2 Kenny Clarks, you goddamn right. And hopefully that 2 represents the extension that we'll give him. Hopefully he gets a 2-year deal, man. Shout out to Kenny Clark. Yeah, Brandy's hilarious. Shout out to Matt Marshall, Ron Wolf, Reggie. Hey, we need 2 more. We need 2 more, Matt Marshall. You're struggling? You don't know who else to pick? Exchanging pleasantries. All right, Niehoff is hitting it. Niehoff is hitting it now. Jordy Nelson, you going with White Lightning, Dave? So we got Bart Starr, Vince Lombardi, Brett Favre, and is that Jordy Nelson? I don't know of any other Nelsons. Can't argue Starr, can't argue Lombardi, can't argue Favre. And you know what? In our own lives, Nelson might be that guy for Niehoff. I'm telling you, I have a love for Javon Walker that I just don't know where it comes from. I really like that guy. He's not on the top of many wide receiver lists for the Packers, so I understand that kind of shit. Back to Matt Marshall. Lombardi, Ron Wolf, Reggie, and Favre. Okay, he goes with Ron Wolf. Hey, executives need love too. They are integral. They are integral. You could have gone Ted Thompson. You could have gone, hey, got to give Ron Wolf his respect. Okay, so Matt Marshall goes with Vince Lombardi, Ron Wolf, Reggie White, Brett Favre. And I guess just like I did, he puts Woodson as an honorable mention. Great fucking job, Matt Marshall. Matt Marshall, 70s and 80s sucked ass. Yes, that's why anybody born after fucking 84 or around that time, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. We good. You didn't even suffer through the 70s and 80s. If you're born in 1980, if you're born in 1980 and after, bro, you ain't got shit to complain about as a Packer fan. We got real deal OGs in here who've been through the 70s and 80s, and it sucked ass. Shout out to Matt Marshall. Brandy Lewis, Holmgren made an impact. Packers Rushmore worthy. Absolutely he is. Absolutely he is. That's what I'm saying. This thing could go any kind of way, Brandy. Hey, I can't be mad if a Curly Lambeau is in there. I can't. James Lofton, Edgar Bennett. I mean, I can't listen. This is our lifetimes. You know what I'm saying? So we can mix this. We can go by history. We can go by numbers. We could just go by our personal lifetime. But the problem is, the good problem is, there's so many good Packers that a lot of these lists are going to be different. Okay. Zane, see Zane and Young Buck. You know what I'm saying? Zane, this is Zane's list. He going Reggie White and Woodson. Cannot go wrong with those. Aaron Rodgers cannot go wrong with those. He threw. Hey, all right. So, couple honorable mentions, man. So, is that the order? You got Reggie Woodson, AR-12. I mean, we need one more in there. You gonna throw MLF in there? I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Matt LaFleur's career up until this point rivals Vince Lombardi's. I'm sorry to say, you guys. That is still not, and bro, like, that's not impossible, you guys. I know it might be sort of early for Matt LaFleur, but still. And Jay Love throwing him in there is just a, upside type deal that he's better than Rodgers was at this age. And if he continues on, especially like the second half of last year, for 10 years, he'll be there. So I can't even cancel out Jay Love right now, especially that's how optimistic I am. And Goop got to go. Hey, Goop got to go, man. Yeah, Goop's been doing his thing. He's been cooking. If we get a Super Bowl within the next couple years, Goop going to be thrown in there. He has to be. He made one of the biggest decisions ever to get rid of somebody on a Mount Rushmore. That's tough. Dave Niehoff, I started to put Holmgren on my list. That's not the worst. I mean, a lot of people going to put Holmgren in there before Big Mike. And speaking of Big Mike, no respect for Big Mike, huh? Big Mike ain't going to make nobody's list, huh? What is it, the massages? I would say, is it the braids, but, he doesn't have any. Can't forget Vince, Ted, and Mark. I'm asking y'all. I'm asking for 4. Zane gave us 6. I'm asking for 4. I know it's a hard deal. I made mine. Vince Lombardi, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Reggie White. I just had to go that route. Charles Woodson, honorable mention. But there's many other Packers we could have picked. Hello, Matt Marshall. That's all I'm saying. Represented the most important events in American history. That signing of Reggie White was very important and just very big. That was a big free agency signing. Number one, because, little old Green Bay, nobody wants to go there. You know what I'm saying? They always act like we're not a free agency melting pot. I think that's changed. Ask Josh Jacobs. Ask Xavier McKinney. They wanted to come here. Hell yeah. Hey, it's going down. Oh, so Zane I'm waiting for Zane to throw in McDuffie at this point. Smith Bros, Amos, the great Joe Barry, the great Jeff Hafley. Zane is going overboard. Hey, Dave Niehoff, Crosby won a lot of games for us. Yes, he did. And not only that, he's the leadingest scorer in Packers history. The Packers been around forever. So for anyone to be the leadingest scorer, I'm still shocked that Brad and the complicated fella still couldn't. I'm sure they're like 2 down the list. Obviously 3 after 3 after 3 after 3 point after touchdowns, all that shit adds up. But I was shocked that the complicated fella or Brett Favre couldn't pass up Mason Crosby on that list. 3rd and Cobb. Again, you guys, it depends on your lifetime. When you was born, they got some. You cannot take away Cobb's Packers legend, right? The bear killer. For you to be a bear killer, you got to get some love. So shout out to Cobb. I just wish we could have got him some hardware. He came the year after we won. Randy Lombardi was the GM and head coach. Damn that job. Psh. Brandy, we have a hard time trying to figure out these 53-man rosters, Brandy. So imagine his fucking job. I don't want it. So yes, hey, credit to Lombardi in that job. Again, that job, since we talking about presidents, that shit might be harder than being a president. Here we go, my boy. Shout out to the angry casual fan. He's going Favre, Reggie White, Starr, and Christian Watson. I knew y'all motherfuckers was gonna come in here and joke, bro. That shit was awesome. Hey, for Brandy's two Kenny Clarks, for Angry Casual fans, Christian Watson, for all this crazy shit Zane been saying, I'm taking a fucking shot. Hey, I knew y'all was gonna make me laugh. I knew y'all weren't gonna be straightforward with just real deal shit. Y'all some fucking jokesters. Now, this is not Evan Williams, okay? So I ain't gonna pass out on the stream. But it seems like I don't know. All right, yo, I'm still keeping up with the weight loss and all that, but man, I've been doing so good, man. I just, some nights, bro, I just going to have me a drink. And in my diet plan, it said I could have 2 shots a day. It said I could have 2 shots a day. Now I'm doing more than that. But here's some white rum, man. Shout out to Brandy for her funny ass list. Angry Casual fan for his funny ass list. Not funny, but that goes. Hey, that was pretty. That made me laugh. So we about to take a shot for all y'all. This shot glass actually has the warden's name on it. The wifey. How you get a custom made shot glass? I need one. Put HPOV on this bitch. But yeah, man. Y'all made me laugh with that one. That was awesome. Angry Casual fan. Shout out to my boy, man. Hey, Angry Casual fan. 10 years from now, we will still be streaming on here. I might have one of my grandkids on my lap. And I'm going to say, I told you, Angry Casual fan, Christian Watson's going to be a 2-time Super Bowl champion. I told you. We're going to be having them old man arguments, bro. Shout out to Christian Watson. Healthy season, young fella. Healthy season, bro. That's what we need from you. We don't need shit from you on the field. That's going to work out with your skill. We need you to be available. Can't go wrong with 3rd and Cobb, Zane, at all. Hey, Niehoff, it's all good. Hey, that motherfucker funny as fuck. Casual fan, you're not going to trigger me. That's right. Hey, one day Casual fan was just going in. I'm like, listen. I had to calm Dave down. I'm like, hey, Dave, at this point, he's strolling. And Dave's like, I think so. Shout out to Angry Casual fan, man. We love it here. Zane Strong, facts, Angry Casual fan. We love Watson. We do, bro. Bro, he's gonna be a difference. He's a fucking monster. You guys are gonna see. He's a monster. Watch. And he looked like he's getting a little thicker, man. No diddy. He looked like he getting, he got the, he's growing into, he's being bro, these kids are young. They're becoming men. Come on. Give them a little time. NFL use all these millions with these colleges or whatever to figure shit out. Hey, University of Wisconsin, man, seems to have figured out Eric Stokes and Christian Watson's problem. Hey, not only did you cry, Brandy, but he cried too. I was being a tough guy. I was around I was in the little Super Bowl party representing the Packers. A lot of people representing the Steelers. I had to stay stone faced, but inside my heart, I'm like, no. Inside, I was like, what? When I seen him on the sideline, I said, no. We had a certain lead where I'm like, okay. But damn, yeah, that kind of hurt me too, man. But again, Charles Woodson, talk about important events. Him calling out Barack Obama. Chicago representative, Chicago everything. He loves the Bears. For him to call out the president at the time, you don't want to see us? We gonna come see you. That's fucking historic. That speech he did with his arm in a sling crying on the halftime at Super Bowl, that's historic. Reggie White signing was historic. Brett Favre. I mean, what more do we want to say, bro? So I'll put my Mount Rushmore up there with anybody's as far as the Packers. It's gonna be hard to say no to any of my guys. You're gonna say no to Brett? Take away Brett's career from the Packers. What happens? Take away Aaron's career from the Packers. What happens? Okay. You feel me? Now, you could say take away Reggie White's career from the Packers. We could probably still survive or whatever. Feel me? But no, you can't do it without Brett. You can't do it without Aaron. You can't. You can't at all. They're both on the Mount Rushmore for me. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That arm is straight from Mississippi, man. Shout out to Brett Favre, man. Rest in peace to Steve McNair, too, a Mississippi native, if I am not mistaken. Turtles is in the building. Let's see what Turtles got to say about this. Bart Starr, Brett Favre, Reggie White, Don Hudson. Okay, we'll go Rodgers as the honorable mention. He went with Starr, Favre. Okay, so hey, it's Turtles going old school. And you know what? I've already mentioned his name, so that's enough respect. But respect to Bart Starr. He the one who started this, bro. This whole shit, bro. And he rest in peace to him and his beautiful wife. You feel me? Like it wouldn't be a Rodgers or a Favre or a Love without Bart Starr, man. You gotta respect the OGs. That's why I use Vince Lombardi as a representation of all of them. He coached them, you know. So shout out to Bart Starr. Shout out to Turtles too. Angry Casual Fan, Rodgers is an honorable mention. You can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with that, Angry Casual Fan. Brandy on the down low, Matt Flynn's performance as a backup versus the Cowboys, get the Packers in the playoffs and win the Super Bowl should be up there. Yeah, you can say that. And I ain't gonna lie. You know, people ain't talking about this enough. Fucking Deshaun Jackson, LA native. He's a fucking Packers legend too, if you want to go that far, Brandy. If he did not return that kick against the Giants, we would not have made the playoffs that year. One kick return, and the kick return was just stressful. I was watching it live. When he ran backwards, I'm like, what the fuck you doing, DJ? Shit. Boy, took that shit all the way. That's an honorable mention. I remember that Super Bowl year like it was yesterday. It was so magical to me. Everything that happened, I'm like, we're going to win. When that happened, that was early. Wasn't even in the playoffs yet. When he did that, I'm like, they better not let us make the playoffs. Then we made the playoffs. Then we beat the Eagles. The same guy, feel me, who did all that, we beat them. Then we beat the Falcons, a team who we were struggling with for a while. The Falcons used to have our number a little bit. They did. At the time we played them in the playoffs, I think they won the last two. Greg Jennings went off in that game too. Shout out to Greg Jennings. But yeah, we can say a lot of that kind of stuff. We can say a lot of that kind of stuff. But Deshaun Jackson, I don't think he gets mentioned for any kind of credit for that Packers Super Bowl season, but I'm giving it to him. I sat and watched it. He won that game. If the Giants would have won the game, they would have had our playoff spot. I swear to God. So shout out to Deshaun Jackson, Packer legend. God damn it. Shit, I might as well get him on Madden now. Fuck it. I'm going to get D-Jack tonight. Fuck it. D-Jack is a Packer legend. I'm putting him on the team tonight, Zane. Well, not tonight. In like, 10, 15 minutes. I don't know. We got early stream today. Higher Point of View Gaming, if anybody's interested. John Money brought that swag back. I would say so. I would say a little bit before Devontae did it, but Ja's doing it on another level. Devontae brought that cool and Green Bay type shit back. Right? You know, we used to have, again, respect to Jordy, respect to Donald Driver, but those are kind of like squares, right? Devontae came in with a little, you know, doing this, the dreads, you know, nice number, 17, you know, and Ja's just taking over that. And now you got the pit bull. Y'all know who the pit bull is. CV, Carrington Valentine, the pit bull, bro. That motherfucker gonna have something to say about this year too. Don't think he ain't. Man, that boy gonna ball out, bro. Absolutely, Matt Flynn will always be legendary, Niehoff. What about Brett Hundley? What about Deshaun Kaiser? Y'all ain't got no love for Hundley and Kaiser? Absolutely, they have to make Raji his own mountain, and absolutely, you can't just show Raji's face. You got to show him doing the. Yeah, you got to show Raji doing that. Oh, when he did that. Oh, that's the HBOV special. The HBOV special started with BJ Raji. If you're a follower of my gaming channel, shame on you if you're not. But you know exactly what the HBOV special is, and that's that BJ Raji. God damn it. Niehoff, nobody from the 70s or 80s will make my list. That was their hard times, Dave. That was the hard times that I'm trying to tell these young Buck Packer fans, even some older than me. but still want to. He ain't won since 2010. Shut up. Shut up. Enjoy 2010. You can watch you can watch it right now. You can watch that Super Bowl right now. Tell me what Super Bowl the Bengals gonna watch. Tell me what Super Bowl the goddamn Cardinals gonna watch. Pipe down. Hey, Raji is a legend, bro. BJ, I love me some Raji. And he retired early. I'm like, what's wrong with you, nigga? Yeah, I take care of family business and all that. Hey, football ain't everything to a lot of people. He made his bag. Some people, hey, that's enough for them. Me, I'd be like a 20-year. I need all my money. I'd be like Jerry Rice out there, nigga, still playing. Give me my check. I got baby mamas. They always want some shit. I got a text right now. Good morning. Good morning don't mean shit. That means you about to ask for some money. Good morning. Why don't you just send a cash app? Good morning. I ain't want to respond to shit. I ain't responded yet. Good morning. Oh, once I say good morning, can you send me? Oh my God. Get out of here, man. Hey, be careful who you guys impregnate out there. Be careful who you guys impregnate out there. Hey, yeah, listen, wow, man. Ray Nitsky. Wow, man. Like, the bald spot, the teeth, like, you can't forget about him either. Okay, we got some guys, Anybody y'all want to throw on there, you can throw on there. You can throw Wild Man on there. Yes, you can. Brandy Lewis, James Lofton, abso-fucking-lutely. We got a lot. And listen, back to Charles Woodson. He brought secondary play back to Green Bay. Charles Woodson is my honorable mention. He brought secondary play back to Green Bay at a premium, Matt LaFleur's word, premium level. The likes of Leroy Butler. Shout out to Leroy Butler, inventor of the Lambeau Leap. I'm shocked he hasn't been mentioned in any of these lists. But I love me some Leroy Butler, and I love what he's doing now, man. Shout out to Leroy Butler. I know TR had a fucking great opportunity to meet him before and talk to him a couple of times. So shout out to TR, man. I wish I could talk to Leroy Butler. Okay, well, Niehoff is like, nah, he was good, but he ain't get us no wins. But Niehoff, though, we do got to give credit to the motherfuckers that when we were losing, there still was motherfuckers trying. Think about Calvin Johnson. They asked him, they said, what really took you out? He was like, man, just the preparation I did and everything I did in my ability for I could be the best. For us to still be losing, it just took a toll on me. So you got to give some of these OG Packer legends credit, even through the losing days. And James Lofton will be one of them. What about the Magic Man? Hey, Brandy said fair enough. I'm not sure, Brandy. You got to give respect to the times. Hey, man, listen. Not every team and their whole franchise is going to have a winning season every year. When we do have the bad seasons, we still have to pick the guys who really tried their hardest and, it just didn't work out. I say that because mostly in my career playing ball, like I was on some sorry teams. Sorry, my high school coaches, college and all that. But I was on sorrier teams, you know what I'm saying? And it's a different kind of locker room when you're losing every week. For the guys who still want to like get up and pump up and like it's that's a whole thing too, bro. So we got to give respect to the Packers of the teams who were losing. Patrice Goldberg, what's up, mama? Good morning, HPOV. Did I see what the fake bloodline? Oh, Patrice is coming in hard. You gonna call them the fake bloodline? Did to Paul Heyman? I can't wait for Roman Reigns to come back by SummerSlam. Okay, Patrice. Since you want to talk about this, who's gonna join Roman? The Usos? So you got Roman and the Usos. That's 3. You need one more guy to battle this new fake bloodline. And listen, I ain't gonna lie, Patrice. They were a fake bloodline until the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu, came into the picture. They ain't fake no more. It don't get ain't nothing fake about Jacob Fatu. Go look him up. Go look at some of his interviews. He's literally drinking a bottle of Hennessy out the bottle while in the interview. My type of guy. But yeah, they did. They gave Heyman a Samoan spike. Heyman got the flying headbutt from Fatu, and they put him through the table. Woo! Hey, Paul taking bumps at this time in his career is crazy too. Shout out to Patrice Goldberg, Higher Point of View Wrestling on the way. If I had enough time, I sure would do a wrestling channel, but I'm barely getting these out. I'm barely getting the gaming channels out. My schedule is so hectic right now, you guys. It is. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your love and support for coming through, because right after this, I'm off to work. I got to do another stream, the gaming channel, and then I got to go to work. Feel me? Be off at. Be getting home around 2, 1 in the morning. Also, did I see Tyrese Halliburton and Jalen Brunson on SmackDown? Oh, yeah. And again, bro, after a while, wrestling's going to be cool again. People abandoned it for a while, but since The Rock came in, since the UFC, WWE merger, since a new lot of flavors of type wrestlers, Trick Williams, there's just certain flavor. Like, it's cool. It's cool again to be a wrestling fan. Wrestling is one of those things where people be like ashamed to be like, oh yeah, I watch wrestling. I watch it all day, every day. It's on my TV just running, even if I ain't watching it. I'm a wrestling fan. So if you guys don't respect wrestling, eat a dick. Brandy Lewis in 1980, head coach Bart Starr fined Ezra Johnson $1,000 for eating a hot dog on the bench towards the end of a 38-0 loss to the Broncos. Starr, hey, listen. Oh, hey. See? That is a nice leader. That reminds me of something, because I'm a leader too. So one time, everybody's shooting dice, right? Everybody's shooting dice. It's a dice game. I ended up going head to head against my cousin. I took all his money. He had like $120 on him. I took that shit in like 3 rolls. He was my little cousin too. So after the dice game, he ain't had no money, so he ain't in the dice game no more. He just sitting around, lounging, sitting in the corner, doing this, doing that. I won so much money during that dice game, I gave him his money back. I was beating other niggas. I gave him his money back. And I know he will forever remember me and honor me for that, because he was down bad. I took all his money. And I'm talking. Nigga, what? Nigga, what? Nigga, embarrassed him in front of everybody. Took all his money. That nigga went into the corner. At the end of the dice game, I beat so many other people, I gave him his whole money back. I said, here, little nigga. Go and get your shoes. Go and do what you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? So that reminds me of that. For you to take the fine back, that just means that you wanted to show firmness at the time, let them know you ain't playing around. But at the same time, you're human, and people make mistakes, and you just want them to keep going on. So that was a great story by Bart Starr. And shout out to Bart Starr, too. Okay? He's always known as the ice bow, the sneak, this and that, but bro came in and coached too. I'm talking about, so again, if anybody has Bart Starr on his list, you cannot be wrong. Yeah, that was great. That was great by Brandy, man. That was great by Brandy, man. Damn, Brandy, that was out of left field. Yes, Dave, Brandy got the knowledge. Brandy, I have old Packer stories. Well, you guys need to look up the story of shout out to TR. Yeah, I talked about him before already. The dude with the beard. God damn it, I forgot his name already. Hold on, let me use my brain. Fuck. I'm not gonna stop this stream till I remember his name. Somebody help me. The beard. What's his name? The old school player. Man, come on. I just told y'all about him. We'll get back to him. He was drunk the night before the game, drunk during the game, and he caught a pass with one hand. And that pass, it just symbolizes of a motherfucker who's too drunk and holding the beer. But somehow, some way, he holds that beer. What's that motherfucker's name? Sorry, you guys. Oh, Starr is a QB, not a coach. Okay, but please, Packers legends, Packers historians, didn't Bart Starr coach the team for a while? Am I stupid? Didn't I hear that? Let me know if I'm crazy for that. Wasn't he a coach at a time? Who was a? Let me know about that. Yeah, shit. Hey, y'all let me know. That was the older days. Was that Ron Wolf? Was that, okay. Absolutely. See, y'all right on it. I was about to say. That had to be Ron Wolf. That's why if you want to put him in there too, it's okay. Packers leading rusher. Uh, who's the Packers leading rusher? Is it Aaron Jones or no? Or Ahman Green still? Might be somebody ahead of Green. Let us know who's the Packers leading rusher right now. I know this stuff. Yeah, that was a franchise changing move. And then again, for Wolf to be involved again in the Reggie White thing, like what can you say to Ron Wolf? Nothing. Every Packers kick return is stressful. Well, absolutely. If Amari Rogers is back there, absolutely. Actually, Brandy, yesterday, this is just yesterday, I seen a compilation. It's on YouTube. Just look up Amari Rogers fucking fumbles. You know, they have a compilation of him, all the shit he did on special teams. Packers documentary on YouTube. They got a lot of them. We'll try to look that one up. Don't know which one that one is, Brandy, but shit, I'm willing to watch it. Matt Marshall, love Al Harris too. No Rushmore, but he's a favorite. Not only is he a favorite, he's a dog. See, he was the opposite of Charles Woodson. Not the opposite like anything bad, but just the opposite. He was the other guy on the other side. And for Woodson to give him as much as credit as Woodson gives him, and for Woodson to be on the honorable mention of my deal, iron sharpens iron. You know, boxers go out there and get all the fame, but you ain't nobody. I mean, they talk about it now, but not to a certain extent. Oh, they're trainers, who they spar with. Like those guys deserve credit too, because they're getting the guys ready. Nehal, Favre and White were some of the best moves on any team ever made. Absolutely. That's why they are both on my Mount Rushmore. Absolutely. Angry casual fan, Favre was Jameis Winston with the Falcons. Yeah. Honestly, that coach used to make fun of Favre. He didn't even call him by his name. He called him Southern Mississippi. Hey, Southern Mississippi, go throw a ball for me. He just wanted to see how far he could throw the ball. But it didn't recollect to your dumbass head that them same balls he was throwing playing around, you want to joke just because he could throw far, he's going to be doing in the real games, you idiot. But hey, I ain't complaining. I'm definitely not complaining. Thank you for giving us Mr. Favor. Hey, Zane, we about to get on it right now. Are you on the game or something now, Zane? How much does he cost, bro? I'm going to get on it soon. You know I'm getting him. Caleb Jones, middle linebacker. Absolutely. Absolutely. Brandy Lewis, I do have an autographed Dave Robinson jersey. He played opposite Ray Nitschke and really helped them make the playoffs. I'm familiar with Dave Robinson. I'm familiar with him, thanks to Madden. But yeah, I'm familiar with him. He's a legendary Packer, for sure. For sure. That's what I'm saying. Iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying? Hey, all this Jair talk, yes, it's going to be nice and all that, but you got to give CV some credit. You got to give Stokes some credit. The guy's opposite of him, you know? Most Hustle Award goes to Driver or BB. For sure. Either one of them can make it. I'm literally going to go Driver, though, because he was a motherfucking homeless in his car. I mean, you don't get no lower than that. I've been there before. Wasn't for too long, but I lived in the car for about 3-4 days. Had to wait for deposits and shit to go through to get into a new spot. You feel me? I've been there. It's not a good feeling at all, but I think it's a feeling that people need because, you know, that just shows you there will be a tomorrow no matter what. But yes, I have been homeless. Believe it or not. Hey, sexy homeless. Hey, I was still eating premium shit by homeless, but I was just in the car. That's all. I was eating everything. I was still doing what I was doing, but I just had to stay in the car for a few days. Me and the wifey. How about that? I ain't seen no J Love documentary. Not even sure if he even know if he should have one yet. I mean, obviously he should. He's accomplished a lot of things. A dude. I mean, a lot of things. Like he's accomplished a lot of things, but to do that, I don't know. That might be a little stretch. Hey, absolutely. Sale. So talking about Josh Jacob. Matt Marshall, D-back, Seawood. Oh, D-Bach, okay. Seawood, Butler, Jair, Collins, Al Harris. Okay, no. Bakhtiari again. That's my birthday twin, my beer chugger. Like, I would have loved to put him in it. And listen, if you probably asked me for my lifetime Mount Rushmore, Big Dave might make it. Woodson, Butler, come on. You can't go wrong with Butler. Jair, Nick Collins. Like, yo, that's what I'm saying, bro. You know, Nick Collins, hey, didn't have the long career, but his numbers while he played was awesome, especially coming from Bethune-Cookman. You know, he changed us. Nick Collins definitely changed us. Just had that injury, bro. Ain't nobody gonna throw Jeremichael Finley in there. Ain't nobody gonna throw Jeremichael Finley in there. Turtles, is your gaming channel on Twitch or YouTube? Listen, my Twitch is at the bottom of my gaming channel, but I don't use it, but it is definitely in YouTube. And tomorrow, I'll try to add the thing on here. Sorry. Yeah, I'll try to add that, but it goes down. Lynn Dickey, why not? Brandy Lewis, the OG lockdown corner, Herb Adderley. Absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out to Nasir Adderley. We almost had him in the draft, but he went somewhere else. Don't even know where he is now. But yeah, Herb Adderley is definitely a legend. We'll just ignore the part where he went to the Cowboys. Dave Nehoff changing it up. Okay, this a whole nother stream, Dave. But we're gonna get into yours. Packers, Pittsburgh, Dallas, Kansas City. I'm trying to look at it right now to see if I replace anybody for anybody. Kansas City's like the now time, and they won back in the day. Dallas, you know, I guess you got to just throw them in there for their obnoxious fans. I can't really argue that. I mean, the Patriots, I would probably take out. It's hard to take out Dallas, though, honestly. I'll probably take out Dallas for the Patriots. You got what Tom did. What Tom and Bill did is just, you can't ever deny that. They will always be in the top of the top, even with the cheating, even with the, you feel me, all that. Patrice Goldberg, Fatu is going to betray the bloodline real soon. Listen, you got a good eye because they looking at him weird. Tongaloa. When Jacob put up that one, they looking at him like, you feel me? I don't know. If WWE was smart, they'll do that because Jacob is gonna be a fucking a baby face. He can't be no heel. When y'all see his moveset and the way he does shit, people gonna be cheering for him. And hey, we cannot cancel that out, Patrice. I do know there is one big like heel turn or something that's gonna happen. Oh, see, Dave, as soon as you made your list, I just looked, you know, I just thought, I'm like, okay, who can I change? Who can I challenge Dave with taking somebody from this list? Your list was fine, Dave. I mean, though all those teams are historic franchises, but I would have to throw New England in there. He played tight end. Who did? Who played tight end? Who played tight end? Who played tight end? Okay, Brandy Lewis, star coach, but was not very good. Hey, that's fine. He didn't have to be good, but just to like take that role and try to excel in it for your old team, that means he had enough knowledge. Maybe people didn't feed in and buy to what he was doing. I don't know what happened those years of the Packers, but for him to even be a coach, bro, at what he already did, for him to ever just be a coach, just kind of like Larry Bird, right? We don't remember Larry Bird as the best coach, but we know it just adds to his legend. Larry Legend for 3. Max McGee. Absolutely. God damn it. Yes, Brandy. So that's who you meant play tight end. That is him. Max McGee. Look up his story. Matt Marshall, Paul Hornung. Can't go wrong. Paul Hornung was a dog too. Yes, so it was Max McGee. Look up his story, bro. I'm telling you, look up what happened. We went over this a little bit in this thing too with TR. We went over how he died. It was just awesome. You know, not to celebrate that, but if you're going to go out, goddamn it, go out, feel me? You know, all our plans is to go out in our sleep. That's cool. But shit, I don't know. You know, I don't know. I might fall off a cliff. I mean, why not? I mean, you only die one time, man. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we come back as something else. Who knows? That's a whole nother rabbit hole. Matt Marshall, Paul Hornung started on the All-Star alcoholic Packers. Probably so, man. Back then, I'm sure a lot of shit was going down. The Legacy documentary. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. Hopefully it's not 4 hours, Brandy. But obviously 4 hours is you know, for Packers, I'll do it. Is Bach the best Packers lineman of all time? It's debatable. It is debatable. It is debatable. Nobody comes to direct mind to me. Uh, you know, you know, what Chad Clifton, Brian Balaga, I would like, and then again, our offensive linemen are never like the most flashy. Like we just got some dudes down there. Josh Sitton, you know, you can even throw old school Forrest Gregg, throw that motherfucker in there. Why not? Okay, and then again, that shows he at least like, okay, obviously it was bad, but bro went out there and won some games. He knew what he was doing. I mean, maybe it was just compromised by the team. I don't know that whole story. Absolutely, Brandy. The roster was not that best. Thank you. Zane Strong, Peppers. Absolutely. Peppers, one of my favorite Packers of all time. He is also one of those guys. I'm going to give you guys my all-time list of Packers guys who weren't Packers that I wish was that actually happened. We'll do that for another video. Yeah, Zane, we know how you feel about McDuffie. Niehoff, McGee wasn't supposed to play in that game. Yeah, no, that was an awesome story. I suggest all y'all, man, you want to laugh, go on and look at that Max McGee. You got to look at the catch he did. He really handled that ball like a beer bottle that he just didn't want to fall. That shit was awesome. Maybe I'll put the link of the story I got in a chat or something, bro. No, it's way more than 4 hours broken up into decades. I figured so. So that, again, just like I got old school ass wrestling in the background playing on the TV, I'll play that documentary. After about 2 months, I might see the whole thing in its entirety. But we on an hour, y'all. Y'all know this is supposed to be 30 minutes, but this was fun, especially for us to be in July now. Hey, who is the first? Rent is due in July now. So, we are actually in the month. Okay. 22 more days. Okay. So that's what we're doing. 22 more days until we get some real deal, something to talk about. So I appreciate y'all coming through and showing love and support. Per always, Replay Gang, hit that like button. First Super Bowl halftime show with the Rocket Jetpacks was tight. I don't know about that. I gotta look into that, Brandon. Give me some time. I'll holler at you about that. But yeah, man, shout out to the homie Zane, man. See you in a little bit, Zane. But shout out to everybody who came through today, man. Appreciate it. Shout out to Brandy Lewis, of course, my favorite. Shout out to Nee Hoff, my boy David. Shout out to Mississippi, man. Zane Strong, my boy. Shout out to Turtles, my boy. Shout out to Matt Marshall. Matt Marshall been coming through, bringing it too, man. Shout out to Angry Casual Fan. Shout out to my girl Patrice. Hey, Patrice, man, we gonna throw your little wrestling shit in. I don't mind. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Shout out to Patrice Goldberg, man. If I forgot about you, I didn't forget about you. Shout out to the Replay Gang. Shout out to Milto. Shout out to John Bainan. Shout out to TR, man. Shout out to Miscellaneous, man. Get the Replay Gang together, man. Help us out. Help us out. If I forgot about you, I didn't forget about you. Yeah, that was funny. You guys, I knew. I said, I'm coming up with this serious ass. I'm serious as hell. I'm coming up with this serious ass Mount Rushmore. I said, these motherfuckers gonna come in here playing around. And I fucking loved it. Shout out to Angry Casual Fan and Brandy. Brandy said 2 Kenny Clarks. I love it. Angry Casual Fan threw in Christian Watson. I love it. And Zane was just all over the place, putting everybody in there. That's just how much he loves the Packers. So I'm getting up out of here, man. See y'all tomorrow.